Every day we're bombarded by messages of what we should and shouldn't do, whether it be indirectly, like on social media, or directly, like people in our own lives, usually very well meaning, giving us advice. And it can be very easy to be thrown off course and to be left just feeling very confused and not at all trusting yourself or trusting how to move forward. And so I want to talk about something that I experienced recently, and because inner and outer are one, I trust that the insights I gain from this experience will benefit you as well. So, first of all, I want to talk about precisely why this should phenomenon can be so insidious. Because whenever you have a vision, it's literally like a message from God. And then it's like you and God are co-creating together and just creating this very divine path, or what Neville refers to as the bridge of incidents, where usually the way it works is that it'll be revealed to you just one step at a time. So it might not be the entire blueprint at once, but it'll be revealed in a way just that feels very inspired, very magical, very flow-based. And truly, because you are the path and you are the way. But whenever you start to kind of listen to somebody else's advice of what you should and shouldn't be doing, what it's doing is it's actually quite literally taking you off of this path, and it's diverting you from this path. It's taking you out of yourself, and it's putting you onto somebody else's path. And really, it's like I talked about recently, right? That you are a universe unto yourself, with your own, that's composed of your own rules, your own worldview, and that how your universe is constructed determines your entire experience. And so it's almost like you're stepping into somebody else's universe. And so to give you an example, just like in the manifestation community, we see a lot of teachings talking about things that we should and shouldn't do, like you shouldn't use the present tense in your affirmations, or you shouldn't use the word no because the universe doesn't understand no, which I never personally understood that one. Like, how can infinite intelligence not understand the meaning of the word no? But anyway, so I digress. But the people, and I genuinely believe that the people that are giving this advice do so with a genuine desire to help. Like, this is what they've experienced in their own universe, and now they have this desire to try to help others avoid making the same mistakes that they believe they did. But the problem with this is that we are all unique individuals, and we all have our own unique path. And so if, let's say, you already have a process related to manifestation that's working very well for you, and so then let's say you suddenly start to doubt yourself, and you start to think, well, maybe I've been doing it wrong this whole time. And so then you start thinking, well, maybe I should do it like this person says, or maybe I should start doing these affirmations that worked for this other person. And so it's like you're literally stepping off of your path. And so I also want to make a distinction between genuine opportunities and things that are diversions, and not so helpful diversions from your goal. And so you always want to ask yourself, like, what state of awareness am I in whenever I am deciding, for instance, to follow this person's advice or to take this course? And am I doing it from a place where I'm still moving towards my goal, and I'm still doing it in a place where I am trusting that whatever I do, it will be in benefit to my vision, and it'll be in contribution to my vision, and I can very much like integrate it with whatever I'm already doing? Or am I doing it from a place of fear and doubt and not trusting myself? And I think specifically when it comes to fear, I think the fear of missing out is a big one as well. And we see this in the business world also. We're constantly hearing about all the latest trends and tools and techniques, and kind of and then sometimes this fear can arise that if we don't jump on the latest trend, then we're somehow going to be left behind. We're going to be left in the Stone Age, and so we're never going to accomplish our goal, or we're never going to get our desire. And so I think a good question to ask yourself, again, whenever you're tempted to follow somebody's advice or to take a course, is what awareness am I in? And is this contributing to my vision, or am I doing this from a place of fear? And what I found is that the more and more of those fear-based and doubt-based decisions I make, the less and less I trust myself, until I just become like completely distant and separate from myself. And then it's like there's no path at all. It's like you're like this time that I went hiking in Mexico, and the path literally just kind of disappeared, and then all of a sudden you're just stumbling through grass and holes, and literally just kind of stumbling through no man's land. And then you can very much in that state be very vulnerable to shiny object syndrome, and just wanting to grasp onto anything that you feel will pull you out of this very undesirable state, but you have no sense of direction at all. Your GPS has completely gone haywire. And so to give you an example from my own life, just recently, so I kind of thought I was immune to this at this point, because anytime I see somebody saying you should do this or you have to do this, like I automatically say like, nope, I'm not listening to that. But sometimes people might not use those exact words, but they'll say something in a very authoritative way that, again, I think they're genuinely desiring to help, but it might kind of pull you out of yourself or cause you to start to doubt yourself. So that's exactly what happened to me. So I was taking this course in email marketing and creating your funnel, and I'm not, this is not my first rodeo when it comes to marketing. This is something I've been doing for years and years. I already have like a lead magnet, that I feel very confident about and very good about. And so the course, I recognize now that the course was very much geared towards beginners, like people that had never done this before. And so he was saying, like, your lead magnet should be very simple. It should not be something super complicated. It could just be like a cheat sheet. And so then I was starting to kind of to question myself and think, well, maybe I'm giving away too much. And it's funny how once you get on that train of thought, then you'll hear other things that will start to confirm that thought. And so then I heard another quote unquote marketing expert saying, yeah, if you give away too much for free, people won't respect you, and they'll even start to resent you when you do sell stuff. And so then I started, really just questioning myself, feeling very scattered, thinking, well, maybe I've been doing this all wrong the whole time. And then thinking, well, maybe I just need to sell something right off the bat. And so if you've ever signed up for somebody's email list, so that's what I mean by a funnel. And so somebody says, oh, sign up for this free course. And so you enter your email address. And then sometimes what happens is that there's a window that pops up. And the window is a very like low priced offer, like, oh, buy my new Kindle book, but don't miss out, limited time offer. And one time I signed up for one of these free offers, and there must have been like 7 of those windows that popped up. I kid you not, just with like one sales pitch after another. It was ridiculous. And I'm sure it must have worked for that person. That's why they kept doing it. But I was like, I do not want to do that in my own business. But at the same time, I was kind of feeling like I had to do it. And again, that sense of had to and should, what it does is immediately disconnects you from yourself. And so that's another question to ask yourself whenever you find yourself contemplating any sort of decision. And you can ask yourself, am I doing this out of a genuine desire to do this? Like, is this coming from who I authentically am? And do I feel like it's something I genuinely want to do? And I feel like it contributes to whatever it is that I'm doing. It feels very organic. Or am I just doing it because I feel like I have to do it, but I'm really just dragging my feet? Like, I really don't want to do this at all. So that's another question to ask yourself as well. And I think it will immediately tell you, what the answer is. And the funny thing is, like, after all this deliberation, once I remembered who I was and just remembered, how powerful I am, and just reconnected with my mission, what it is that I genuinely want to do, I realized that I was doing all of this anyway. Not the 7 pop-up windows, but I already did have a good working funnel, and I already have like a ton of ideas for courses and things that I can sell, and in a way that feels authentic to me, and in a way that I would actually feel like inspired to do. But it's funny because in that moment of doubt and uncertainty, it's like I forgot all of that. And so it's funny how it can very literally pull you away from things that you already have, or things that you're already doing. But as soon as I remembered, I immediately just felt this surge of relief. And I realized that there's never anything that I have to do or that I should do. And that at the end of the day, that I'm the one who's in charge. And so that's what I want you to remember whenever you find yourself getting pulled outside of yourself, and ask yourself, is this like a genuine, what I feel would be like a genuine opportunity, or something that I feel would be fun for me, or something that feels good for me? Or is it something where I feel like I'm just dragging my feet, I really don't want to do it, and the only reason that I'm doing it is because I don't fully trust my own approach. And so when you ask yourself that, I trust that you'll find your decision-making process so much easier. You'll feel so much more clear and so much more in control of your life, and you'll be less likely to be thrown off course by any of the shoulds or had to, whether they're directly stated or whether they're implied. So I trust that this video has been immensely beneficial for you. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.